Hello again and welcome to Steve's Long Stay Workshop. This is a shorter stay, but I got it because of the name. This is a Rambler. Not a Roberts Rambler, but still a Rambler. And I just had to. You know what it is sometimes. You see something and think, yeah, I've got to buy it. This is, yeah, exactly. So it's one of the battery valve sets, but there's things about this which we need to talk about. So let's do that. First of all, this is a kit. That means there is no chance of getting a circuit for it, and we don't know quite what's wrong with it. So when you get something like this, not get a circuit. What you do is get the valve details and work out what the circuit should be, and work out from that more or less how it should work. Because a radio is a radio is a radio is a radio. Now kit sets are either very good or not very good. This one isn't too bad actually. I've looked inside ones already and it isn't too bad. But be on your guard for many things with these. Many things. And so, wiring faults, valves in the wrong place, you name it, it can happen. It can happen with any radio, but especially with a set like this. So, let's go inside and let's have a look. Before we power this up, we're going to have a good look around it and see what it is and what's there and what isn't. So with the box out of the way, we get the radio, have a look at it, have a think, and have a look. First of all, the valves on this are DK, DL, DAF and DL. DK, DF, DAF and DL. DK is the oscillator stage. There's an octode on this. Next one is the IF stage, amplifier and diode, and of course output pentode. They're not all the D1, and they're not all the DK96s on this either. But the first thing we do with a set like this, like I said, is look and find out what goes where. Yeah, okay, this is easy. We plug out the battery, but batteries aren't here now, and again, we don't know if they're right or if they're wrong. So again, the first thing we look at is whether they are in the right order. Easy to do, because first of all, look, black here goes to deck. So we get our meter and we put the deck, the negative, and the positive over here, and find out where it isn't. Okay. Good connection is essential, and of course from that, well, we get the usual. So purple, nothing. White, something. Purple, nothing at all. Over here, nothing, and nothing, and nothing anywhere. Switch the set on now and try again. This set switches the valve heaters, by the way. I established that earlier on. So now it should be that one, that one. So that one goes to 1.5 volts. It's the valve heaters, which means this one is the HT. And the HT goes to deck by a resistor as well, usually at 5.6k. So let's look for that. It might just be straight to deck on this, we never know, but it's always worth checking. Always worth a check. Oh yes, you see, 556 ohms. Okay, so one of them goes to deck and one of them goes to a 556 ohm, but all thereabouts resistor. Okay, Because the valves are in parallel, one could fail and the rest will best current. So the next thing we do, take them out, making sure we know where they go. Please don't do the trick of taking them all out and going, why not where they all go? Number them if you have to, but get them out and look at them from there. Well, I had a case recently actually where somebody had got the DL and DK the wrong way around, and it the DL was alright, but the DK didn't oscillate ever again. So there we go. So with them out now, there should be no voltage across, nothing across here. One yes, one no, because they're out. Okay. Now you've got two ways of checking the voltages here, the current, the heaters here. One way is to put each valve briefly across the meter on the ohms range, and the other way is to put them in one at a time and see which one conducts and which one doesn't. So first thing we do, get the valves. On these tests, by the way, it's usually 1 and 7. That is the DK. Make sure it is the DK. It is the DK. And the DK goes here. Like so. Now, the DL, the DF is next, which is an IF amplifier. Again there. Sometimes these valves do in fact lose the numbering, but you can tell which is which and where they go by looking at the valve chart. That one's okay. So home it goes. Now the DAF, in fact DAF91 on this, and the same applies, pin 1 and pin 7. That's okay too. Now the DL on this is a DL94, and the DL94 is slightly different because the heater is in fact 3 volts rather than 1.5, and the centre tap. So going from, but despite that, going from 1 to 7 again, should check both taps okay, and so there we go, it's okay. So with them all in, we know the valve heaters will be okay. That's the valve heaters safely in place and hopefully working. We can't know for sure, but we've done the best check we can. The next thing we do is look at the HT side. Now the HT side on these goes to all the valves by the red. So red here goes to red up here. Whichever one it is. That one, okay, so that one's red, okay. Goes down here to there. Now, another thing with these sets that does happen sometimes is that the current and doesn't get through the input transformer. The input transformers on these do tend to die. So check that now, because we've got to get one from somewhere. Luckily with these sets, it's quite good because it can put virtually anything in there. Also on these, don't forget, unlike normal radios, the reed capacitor on the input valve will balance the set completely rather than just distort it. So look for that as well. And look at the wiring too. Make sure everything is in order. It does appear to be. And so from there now we go and look at the input transformer. That's there. and so on and so forth. And we don't know if the resistor in the way or anything, but first thing I'll do here is check and make sure that there isn't anything else knocking about that could be a problem. The input transformer in this is here. That's it there. That's the input transformer there. So that's the first thing we'll look at on these. If this is knackered, then we go no further straight away because we can't. We'd like to, but until we get one that do in its place, we can't. Well, that's proves the output is okay, and possibly the input as well. Hear the crackling of the speaker, that's something else. You put a low voltage across the loudspeaker, if it crackles, the speaker is mostly okay. Mostly. Not definitely, just mostly. Okay, so the input transformer looks as though it might be okay. Again, we don't know if we're sure yet. Also, coming down here, notice that the wire off. This is all point-to-point wiring that somebody's done. They've done it all one colour as well, which is interesting because the only other firm that did this with this set actually was Crosley in America. Strangely enough, it's the same colour, yellow, so all of this stuff here is the same colour, which could be interesting in the future, but for now, we'll just, I should just let it be. Power supplies are now back in place on this set, in the right places, and the LT stays the same at 1.385 volts. And the HT drops because valves are actually taking it and using it. So, but there is nothing coming out of the set. Looking thoroughly at this, of course, these CCC capacitors here, well, the one on the grid of the pen sword is obviously faulty. It's dropping 26 volts down to 2 volts, so it's obviously short. So the next thing we do in our way of dealing with any set is to sort that capacitor out and change it. It's simple enough. Remember, PAIR, power supply, audio, IF, RF. So let's sort out the audio first and we'll take it from there. Now at this stage I've got that wire soldered on just down there, and I've also got it ready to put partly live again now. I'm going to put the 1.5 volts on first, just the valve heaters. Now on these sets the valve heaters do not show. If they show, then that's too much and they won't last very long at all. But they should actually not be able to show. This is because the heater in these is simply a piece of wire stuck in the middle, which means these are all directly heated cathodes. Anyway, power is on. Won't get any order, of course, there's no HT. But to deck, to the first one, 1.385 volts. That is perfect, that for these, very perfect. The valve heaters come up here, across all four to the end here. So this one here, 1.386, and so on and so forth. So the valve features work. Now of course it's time for the AT. Now the HT on these, again, need to be looked at very carefully and connected up the right way around. Now on this one, negative HT is now green. So negative here, negative here, negative here. So there should be one of these should be negative here. So one of these up here should have about 560 ohms on it. If not, I'll find it on the board instead. Nothing. Okay, fair enough. So it's there. Right. So I'll connect that on there. Now the HT on these is the red here, which goes up to here. So put those two on and then bring up the HT, which means there should be either music, noise, or if we're really lucky, fireworks. I have now connected other power supplies and found that the audio output is fine, but the capacitor, the grid cap, was faulty, so it was changed. Now the output is fine and audio goes back to volume control, but there's no IF or RF anywhere, so I'll look back further. I've quickly checked the cans, they're okay, and I'll therefore now go and get the serial generator and have a look and see how far back we can go with the RF. I don't know the RF on this either, the IF on this either, believe it or not, so I really don't even know what the IF should be on this. When this happens, you look around 450 to 480 megs around there. It'll be around there somewhere in most cases like this. So go and look for that and find it and see how far back it goes. That's the next thing to do. Oh dear, nothing is ever easy, is it, eh? Nothing is ever easy. My signal generator is at Andy's right now, working on something down there, so I'm not got it to hand. But without it, there are things you can and you must do with these sets. With any set like this, first thing you check is the DC voltages, okay? Now on this one, the IF amplifier pentode and the octode on the frequency stages are out, okay? Now with them out, a pentode should have volts on 2 pins. The anode, which is there, and the second grid, which is there, and it does. Come on, it's there, yeah, it does, right, so they're okay. So any RF that's there should come okay through the pentode, see where the pentode is working. I've checked them, by the way, so I know these valves are okay. The heaters are intact. So, by the way, are the cans. Very important because they had to get now. So coming down here to the DK, there should be voltages on 3 pins. 2, 3 and 5. Okay. 2 is the anode, goes through there, and it's there. Okay. Now 3 is the oscillator section, and it's there. But on 5 is absolutely diddly square. Sod all. Looking further into this, I find that there's a resistor missing from the circuit. Now, with a kit radio, anything could have gone wrong. Anyone could have made it. How nice a job is done, something could have got wrong, which causes problems later down the line. It built it, found it didn't work, put it aside, and it's come to me. So from there, we now look at the circuit for the DK96 worth put in, by the way, and basically, looking at another circuit with the D6, the DK96 in it, R1 should go to, one end should go to the HT line, and one end should go to where there is absolutely nothing. So with that not working, there wouldn't be any life on the radio whatsoever. So we replace R1 as you see on this circuit. This is the circuit of Ready Sky casket, by the way. It's not the same circuit, but it's the nearest I could find. It has to do it with these sets. Get something nearest and work to that. Okay. Also, when you meet a stranger, hello stranger, another thing to do is look for the valves. Now the valves on this, you can get them, get the diagrams of them online, and work from that. And that now the Ready Sky casket puts R1, as it's called here, at 150k. The circuit online of Radio Museum puts it at 120. I don't think it matters that much, so whatever we'll have, I'll put in. Okay, then put the files back in and see what happens. Probably not very much actually, because this is one of the sets with an aerial in the lid which is not connected right now. So I'll probably just put a meter on the aerial pins and hope for the best. But now 120 or 150 cables, which everyone I find first, you know, put it in, and hopefully we might have a bit of life from this this Rambler. Not a Roberts Rambler, but a Rambler all the same. Well, I've got a little bit closer with this set now. I put in the 150k resistor that's specified, and it started motorboating, even with the power off. So I sorted that out by sorting out the power arrangements, changing a few caps as well, and it still doesn't work. The motorboating also occurs with the IF valve out, so I think it's time for the signal generator. But before we do that, and another thing which you can do with these sets is to try another set near it to pick up the oscillator of the set. The oscillator circuit on these is an octode, rather a triode heptode on the most common sets. That's the UCH81 series. This is a DK or an EK90. They use also in some KB sets. Now basically what they do, they have an oscillator stage and a mixer stage, yeah? On VHF sets, the oscillator is switched off and the mixer stage becomes an extra stage of amplification on VHF. But, yeah. So what happens here now is that the signal coming off the aerial, they mix with the oscillator stage, then to the IF amp on these trimmers here, and then of course demodulated and outputted. That's basically how a superhet works. So my zero drains is still at hand. I'll have to get it back for this, I'm afraid, but not tonight. But one thing you can do is see whether a set is working or not on the oscillator stage, and you do it by getting another radio, this is Roberts 200, and putting it nearby and switching it on. And normally you shall get something in the set nearby, which I'm looking for now. It might help, of course. Power it up. Yes, even I do it. And that's what the oscillator is doing. It's tunable. It's tunable. See? Tunable. So the oscillator is doing something, but what I really wouldn't like to say right now. Well, I've got some progress on this Rambler now. First thing I did was hop on the internet, have a look, because a kit like this, there's bound to be something about it on the net somewhere. So I went and had a look round. The set called the Rambler was in the Radio Construction magazine in 1957. I found this by a lot of looking on various sites, and I've actually found the magazine, photocopied the magazine, or downloaded copies of it. I've got them on my phone, which is about here somewhere. Now, this means therefore that I can look at this set now and find out what I've got right, what I've got wrong, and more importantly, what other people have got wrong as now. And it's quite an interesting mix of errors, this actually. First of all, the AF91 is the output, is the AF valve and the diode. The output is a DL94. Now, going further back, valve 2 on this is a valve which is, I think I've got the right one in now. If not, I've got a 96 here, a DK96 here instead of a DK91. Just in case, I've also got the DF96. It'll fit, by the way, and the new ones, the difference is that the heaters consume less, so apart from that, they are basically the same. But the DAF91 and the others here, the power supply was completely wrong on this. How I spot it, I don't know, but now it's in front of me, it's obvious. The 4.7 meg resistor does not go in the power supply at all, apart from when onto the screen grid of the IF valve. The rest of it is all on the main power supply. So I put all that right as well, and also put the diesel valve back in, and I seem to get noise now, not pulsations but more RF type noise now. It still has a tendency, I'm afraid, to make that motherboarding sound, but I'm going to put an extra smoothing on the power supply side in hope to calm that down. I've got the correct RF valve coming. It's called a DK91, not a DK92, it's a DK91 or a DK96 will do. There's one on the way, and when that comes, I will do the output stage as well. All the rest of them are wired now correctly, and now we'll simply wait for the DK91. Now, when you look at a circuit like this and look at a valve, you need to know what pins are what on the valve and how they're numbered. I'll go through that with you now while we're here. So get the valve in front of you, pins towards you, like that. You've got it there, yeah, like that, you see. Pins towards you, like that. And the gap in the pins at the bottom, like so. Got that? Like so, yeah. And they count down from the left hand pin at the gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this case. But with B9As, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 the same way. The heaters on these are at 1 and 7, and sometimes also pin 5 as well. But mostly it's pins 1 and pin 7. On the D9A side, it's usually pins 4 and 5. That's a handy tip, by the way, there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all good shouldn't go to hell. Or of course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the 8-pin valves, of course, are similar. You hold the pin or the rotating tab at the bottom in the same sort of way and count round 1 to 8 as well. The top cap is labelled TC on the circuit diagram or the data book. Okay, that's how you do that. So I'll look at valves again in a later episode, but not just right now because I've got this thing to sort out here. So I'll put the power supply right, I'll put the valves back in, the noise is reduced, but we are getting radio type noises to it now. But with these valves being what they are, I wonder if any of them have been damaged. So I've got replacements here, like I said, apart from the DK91. So the DK91 on the way, when I put it in place and put the extra resistor that's missing here, hopefully we should have noise. Should. Should, not will, hopefully we should have noise. We might even have a station, you never know, but we'll see. Anyway, now I've got this Rambler on the bench and found out what it is and what it was meant to be. We can have it working very, very soon. Sometimes you have to do this sort of work to find a set like this out. This is the kit diagram, and it was called a Rambler because if we keep rambling on hikes and stopping it somewhere and listen to the test match, well, not here I'm afraid, but that's what it is for. But it's a nice set, and it will work. It can't have worked from day one like this. If it can, it was a miracle. But it will work. And this one actually, I think I will definitely use in the house as well, because it's a nice set to have around. The power supply here has not yet been put in a case. It will be at some point, but look at this was. But if you haven't got a case, what you do, 9 PP3s off the market, because the AT on these is a nastic full, nothing more, and 2 D or C cells in parallel for the AT, and that will do it. Okay, so then of course I'll then tidy the set up, and we're ready to go. So there we are, that's what we're up to with it, and hopefully soon, folks, we'll have a working radio. We'll see. We will see. Well, I've now put the replacement valve in socket and put the resistor in place. And although things have improved, I've not actually cleared the fault. Well, at some stage, but obviously not yet. So that's to come. So the aerial is connected up okay, and the lid there. Now, the audio side is fine. I do the bus test. There you are. So that's fine then there, okay. Now, although it's not getting any IF through, there's something you can do to prove that the new valve has actually improved a little bit. This is another radio. What's this?
And issues that we always want to whenever we go into, and
this is how it should sound.
To go in as a top seed psychologically, I think would be an important thing. All of the squad have trained well. The team I'm very happy with, and I'm looking forward to
that there is a beat between the oscillator of the radio and the incoming transmission.
Well,
you see? There again. So I know from that the RF side is now more or less okay, and obviously with the aerial connected there should be a signal, but I'm afraid there isn't at the moment. There will be at some stage, but not yet. Therefore the problem is in the IF section. Now check the code on the meter, they're fine. They should be passing something, but obviously they're not, or something isn't anyway. I've tried 2 valves, they're okay. So it's, like I say, it's either the IF or the diode, which is in the DF91, which I've changed, and that's okay as well. So yeah, a funny one. Right, well, with the signal generator just here, I've actually got some life out of this set in the end. What you do is you start on the here and work your way back. Okay, I did, but in this case I rather did it the other way around, and the reason for that was that I didn't know whether I was working or not. It wasn't on this, so I on the input of the second IF cam, which is this one, after the DF91, I had something, but not a lot. But on the other side of it, where it should have amplified, it wasn't. Nothing there at all. This was in fact due to the socket being faulty. So I sort of did a bit of poking with the pins and sockets on the valve, and then I got the IF through to the output stage. So to put the generator on again, like so, and wait for it to warm up. I might be able to show you that now. That's the IF now from the to the mixer oscillator valve, the pentagrid, yeah, going right the way through, yeah. That's picked up on the oscillator, but it also picks it up very well on the anode to that valve. So the IF is there, as you can hear. Now, of course, we've got the RS set to work out. As you can hear, there is something there. I don't know if you can hear it on camera or not, but just a bit. Before I carry on with this radio, as it's been quite a long time, I think I'll tell you where I've been and what I've been doing. Before Christmas, I had an operation to remove cancerous cells, or what were going to be cancerous cells. As far as I know, it's gone well. I don't know for sure yet, but it's been looked at. But I've got no more trouble, and no more skin has gone red or hurting or anything like that. So hopefully that is sorted. I've also had the norovirus as well, which is two-way traffic, you know, sickness on both ends. So I've been a little bit out of the way. But I'm back in the garage now, and we can get on with some of these repairs. The next 2 or 3, by the way, will be jobs which I've started but had to leave. So you'll know where they are, because I'll put something in between like this to tell you. Okay. The set I'm on is the Roberts Rambler. This is a valve set from the 50s, which was a kit set. And when I looked at it last, I found that 2 of the sockets inside were faulty, which have been replaced. I've also made it up again underneath. Some of it did differently, because one pin and one valve was used as a junction point, which I don't like, because if that pin is used inside the valve for any reason, like an internal connection, then it does more harm than good. So I always take that off there. Also, by the way, I put a Zen diode in as well, because these valves are so delicate that these looking wrong and they blow. I don't want this to do that, because I've got it 4 new valves. I've got it 4 new valves because the ones that were in it were past the best, so there's 4 new ones waiting to go in. Well, on this cold night, I'm going to attempt to put 4 working valves into this radio. They're there. 4 working valves. Find it which among this lot. And we'll start by putting in the one that is missing. It's not one of the original ones that I put in. The DL94. This is the one which hopefully means that the set can make a noise of some kind. So let's get it in the box, put it in the radio, and maybe something will happen. I don't know. Maybe something will. I must admit, I'm quite nervous about this job. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to find out a lot along with you here. So yeah, this promises to be an interesting job in a number of different ways. So in it goes, the DL94, and we'll take it from there. This now is where things get rather funny, in a ha-ha way possibly, because the oscillator is now working, but it's very, very, very quiet. The station is there, but it's really, really quiet, unless I do that, or that, or that. Now, the valve is new, all the valves are new, the caps have been changed, but it insists I'm playing it very quiet. The oscillator, by the way, is so loud you can pick it up on the radio over there, and that tells me I can the generator. So it's not the oscillator; it is the actual RF stage. Now this here, that area should go from here to here, which it does. I've put some leads on. What's you can hear?
New arrangements for trade.
It needs extra as well. Now this might be because of why is it. What I'm going to do now is take the aerial apart again and take a closer look at it. But I think that's what the problem is now, because as you can hear, it works until it did work. Like that. That's okay if we do that, but not anything else. So next thing we do is take a look at the aerial. Under this lid here is a coiled aerial, which is done on and shown on the circuit here like that. Now this aerial under the lid here, well, guess what? I didn't actually put the stubborn in the end because it didn't work. The aerial that came out of this radio, that's this one here, I don't know what's wrong with it, but it doesn't work very well at all actually. I don't know why. I wonder if it's sort of turning it somewhere, but I can't really see where, so I'll keep that and maybe rewind it at some point. But now, with another aerial in for another radio and the set tuned up.
Rangers won, kicking off at Kelly, it was kicking off at Stoke before.
There you are, in the workshop.
Second goal at the back.
We can't put on for long, obviously, but there you are. So on our way home with it. What we've done with this radio here, by the way, is I've put in another aerial from another battery portable, an ever ready actually that I had here, which is past its best, long past its best. And so with this aerial, put it in this, and that's what the result is. I'll also change a couple of cats behind just to take a completeness, but it appears now to be working. So what we do now with it is that I'm going to drill a hole in the back for the power cables to go through, so I can run it off this, and then hopefully it'll be a radio which I can take anywhere where the power supply obviously, or I can put batteries into it as well and take it anywhere and use it as a radio.
On his own from the half.
It's not cricket this, but football.
Penalty area, went for the dink over the keeper, but somehow clipped the post.
Right, well, finally this set is done. It's been a long time, including a gap over Christmas, as you know, but this set is finally done.
I actually said to him, you know, can you compare them to...
There you go. Now, before I give it on, put it on again for you, I must tell you, this set has been one troubled radio. The problem with these kits, by the way, is that they can be assembled wrong, and first of all, this one had been. 90 volt line time bit also provided a low voltage by a 4.7k resistor, which is on the circuit here, if you can see it. Hang on. There you are, hold it up for you, there you are. That's the circuit, and that 4.7k resistor on the 90 volt rail provides low voltages for other parts of the set. That was in the wrong way around. Well, the resistor wasn't, but therefore the 90 volts was on the lower, and the 4.7k resistor stepped it down for the higher. So that had to be put right first. The 4 caps inside 0.01, they were replaced, and the volts were past the best, probably as a result of the 4.7k resistor and the problem there. 2 valve sockets had to be changed as well. Well, often doing these sets, that's because they tend to be damaged by gases from the batteries inside them. And also, one unused pin at the DF91, we used a junction box for the junction point. This was removed as if there's any valve that uses that internal connection, it can cause problems. So I never do that. One example of this, by the way, is the UL41 in a DAC 98. is used in that way sometimes. The set then worked, but it was very, very low. This was the area which was replaced in the end, and the first stage, the DK92, was then a lot more sensitive. And then, of course, it came to life.
Weird. For what? I don't remember that.
I can't play music, obviously, but
Pick that up, strangely enough, on my satellite.
there you go. Also in here, by the way, there's various bits of interference, so it's not perfect, but taken outside it is. Now, as well as that, I looked at this set. I promised that I'd look into the D valves for you, the D series B7G valves, and there were two types. One lot we introduced in 1948 and one lot in 1973. The first D9 series valves used 50 milliamps at 1.4 volts, and the second series, what I call the D6 series, only took 25 milliamps. You can swap in some cases, but only if the sets have the valves in parallel. If they're in series, you can't do it. So anything like that Marconi over there, and any that use battery mains, they can't do it with them, but it can to a certain extent with these. By the way, these valves are so delicate, by the way, that I've also put a 2-volt Zener across them to hopefully protect them from any problems. On the power supply, which is connected in the back, I made a smole hole in the back power supply in. Anyway, DK2 and DK96 will work sometimes, but not always. But there's usually no trouble. The same with the DF91 and the DF96. DAF91 and DAF96 can also be subbed, but the DAF96 has a lower HT voltage, so you need to put extra capacitors and resistors in the HT line. DF92, by the way, is a different valve base. Basically, it's a DF91 apart, DAF91 apart from that, but different valve base. Actually, there was one in the set which is in here, around that on camera, an RCA Victus American set. DL92 and DL96 can be swapped, but again, there's also a DL94, which is a different valve base and a lower screen voltage. These, by the way, are my own findings, and I cannot be responsible for any of your sets if you try this sort of thing. These are, of course, temporary measures. But the set is now working after a long time and a lot of problems as well. Every component has been checked, wiring has been redone, and the thing is they're back together. With the difference in the top, by the way, like I said, which is off a pie set, which is down here, a scrapper. So I took the air off that and put it in here and improved it a great deal. So anyway, it's now working. This Rambler, not a Roberts Rambler, but a Rambler all the same. And so, I'm going to do something else after listening to football, or whatever is available to listen to. So I'll teach you, I'm back here soon with more stuff. But until then, keep fixing radios, and I'll be with you back here soon.